Hey, how's everybody doing today? What is this Lakers jersey? I thought you were a Golden State fan.
Yeah, I want to watch Golden State and the Lakers. Come on, this is the best matchup for me.
I heard Fox has a broken index finger
I
on his.
know he will try to do a Kobe thing.
He's gonna.
Kobe, he
Yeah,
played with a broken finger.
it's tough, man. The only thing about it is, look, it's not gonna heal, if the Kings go to the final, it's still gonna be broken in 8 weeks or 6 weeks. So it is what it is. Like, you got to just play with it or don't. You know.
They're going for a holiday. Don't worry about the Kings.
You ready for some football today? I heard there's a big game.
There are big games all around Europe. In Greece, in Serbia.
What do we got?
Probably in England. In England, I don't know what's going on there. Is something happening?
Yeah. Let me pull this up here because I think this is interesting. First of all, Coppa Italia semifinal, Inter Juventus is at 3:00. Sheffield United can clinch. They can clinch a berth back in the Premier League today with a win. Portugal Cup. Toss it to Portugal, Famalicão and Porto. Who's the game in Greece today? Oh,
two games.
We got Kyle Franco here. We got a huge game tonight in the CONCACAF Champions League. Philadelphia Union are hosting LAFC in the semifinal. First leg.
Oh, American, yeah.
Yeah, Tigres beat Leon, the two Mexican teams, 2-1 last night. The second leg will be next week. Right now, Philadelphia Union and LAFC play.
Is Vela still with LAFC?
What's that?
Carlos Vela?
Yeah, here's the predicted. I thought they were going to give a predicted lineup, but the Union still. This is by the way, it's a finals rematch of the MLS finals that went to extra time, and it went to penalties, didn't it? Went to penalties, so we could see. It was a really good game. LAFC ended up winning, but the Union have never won a trophy in their history. Did they? Oh, they won the COVID Supporters Shield, so I guess we'll count them. But they've never won a tournament yet. So
some made up trophy, huh?
Yeah, it's like the one the presidents. Well, to be honest, it should be the most important thing because if you win the regular season, you're the champion of 38 games. I mean, they should really be pushing that more than they push this other stuff, but they don't. Yes, it's not how American sports work. But look, the main game today, obviously, you could argue Nottingham Forest needs to win at home against Brighton and Hove Albion. Chelsea's playing Brentford and West Ham playing Liverpool. Both those, all three of those games are big, but the showcase event, the one that's been pushed back.
That will decide the title.
It may decide the title. That's right.
It will decide the title.
I think it will. Anything other than an Arsenal win, I think, and City is in the driver's seat. Even a draw.
I was wondering whether the experience will say its word in the title race because Arsenal were going really strong, but the last 3 weeks, I think they've run out of gas. Be very important.
I think they've run out of gas a little bit. I think that's one thing. I think they've kind of showed a little bit of their age, some pressure in some of these games. You can't go up 2-0 and then collapse 2 weeks in a row. Last week they were down 3-1 late in the game and scored, but you can't be drawing against Southampton and these other teams. I mean, that's the thing. If they turn one of those games into wins, right now they have a 7-point lead instead of a 5-point lead with 2 games. So they're still, even if they lost, they'd be okay. I mean, even, if they played for a draw today, but, now it's a 5-point gap. Even if they draw today, City could overtake those 2
It doesn't
games.
work. A draw doesn't work.
Yeah, I think they have to go for it. And, look,
City
I don't
have
know.
the players have the mental strength of fighting every single match until the 90 something minute. And Arsenal, the youngsters, they go 2 goals up and they decide it's over. Yeah, we won so many games, we're 2-0 up. Easy. Yeah, it was easy, but until 2-0. Not.
If you were, well, let's talk about if you were coaching this game first, because I know you're going to go coach tomorrow. And then and then we'll talk about if you're betting it. If you were coaching this game and you were coaching Arsenal, like, would you just tell them to go out there, go for it, have fun, don't be nervous? Like, what would you tell them?
Well, I'll tell them to do it for the fans. The ones, the guys that haven't seen a title in
20 years.
20 years, yeah. What more?
Yeah.
Many of them were not even 5 years old when Arsenal last won the trophy. So
it's been a long time.
They can print their names with big shrift in the history of the team. So
I think I think the other thing too is everyone's kind of talking about the pressures on Arsenal, and so I somewhat agree with that a little bit. But now at this point, I mean, when you look at the futures, I mean, no one thinks Manchester City's minus 400 to win the league now. Like, everyone
there
thinks
is no pressure. I think they don't feel any pressure because if it's not this season, it's gonna be the next one. Because they will only add another 2 or 3 pieces to their already strong and very beautifully assembled squad. And I think the next year is Arsenal's no matter what. They will got this kid Bawagun that they have on loan at I
he's
forgot
good. Yeah,
which team, but he's among the top scorers there, so he will come back.
Yeah, the only thing is, when you start talking about that, I mean, when you look at the table, this team right here, these 2 teams chasing Arsenal, Newcastle and Manchester United.
How are they chasing them?
Well, they're chasing them because they're in the top 4 and they just got new owners or about to get new owners, and they're going to spend.
Oh, you mean the next campaign?
Yes, not this year.
Well, Liverpool will be there as well.
I'm not sure.
Chelsea will be there.
I'm not sure about Liverpool because I think I talked about this a couple of times, in other places. Like, Chelsea already has the players; they have all the young players. Liverpool's getting old. Liverpool needs to refresh the team a little bit, and I'm not sure if they don't finish in the Champions League spots. I'm not sure how much money they're going to have to do that. I know they'll have some, but a team like Aston Villa, Brighton, these teams are going to be. They're always around here. I don't think they're a threat to these, but these 2 teams here, especially Manchester United, if Qatar buys them, owned by the Saudis, owned by UAE, like, these teams here are always going to be there. Arsenal, I think, has the setup now because they're young to do it, but they have to keep.
Yeah, when it comes to buying and selling, even though I think they have the best finances right now, maybe only Newcastle can challenge them. Arsenal's owners are known for their, just like Liverpool's, So they are unwilling to spend big.
Yeah, I mean, you see what he does. The Rams won the title. They bought that. The Avalanche won the title. The Nuggets are good. I mean, all his Crunky's teams are good. So, yeah, I'm very torn here because obviously hate City and I can't stand the Arsenal Twitter people. So it's tough. I might root for. I'm not sure who I'm rooting for today. I might just watch it and see. But now, if you were going to look at this, attack this as a betting person, what kind of things would you look for today?
I told you the previous last week it was. I told you a big game in England, 1-1. That's the first thing that comes to mind. I will definitely check shot on targets for Granit Xhaka.
Player shots on target for Zach.
Yeah, or Partey, or
I'm a little bit concerned about Partey's not on. Maybe Partey is hurt. Is Partey going to play?
well, that's the thing. I always wait for the lineups.
I'm a little concerned. I would be concerned that Arsenal's given up 2 goals, and 3 goals to Southampton, and now they have to face Manchester City, who knows, if they go out and score 3 goals in the first half, this team is going to crumble. So City's going to probably try to push here.
Yeah, but do you remember the last time? Not definitely the last time. The previous team which had a good game at the Etihad, I think it was Brentford.
Maybe.
Just before the World Cup break. And do you remember what happened?
I do not.
Yeah, Brentford won in mid-November. It should be in mid-November something.
I mean, this is the last time they played. It was 3-1 City, and they had. We'll see. I think City is going to score. You see some players out for Arsenal. Saliba's still out. Basically, City is about as healthy as you can get here. I mean, I know you're hoping for some injuries ahead of the Champions League.
No. I will repeat myself. I would like City Real to finish 5-5 if possible, but and everyone to be healthy.
6-5. 6-5 Real Madrid. I just this team. I mean, you just see. You see what this is. Look at Manchester City since in the last month. 7-0 against Leipzig, 6-0 against Burnley, 4-1 against Liverpool, 4-1 against Southampton, 3-0 against Bayern, 3-1 against Leicester, 1-1 in a tie. The tie was over. 3-0 against Sheffield. I mean, this team is really.
So every game they need to win, they score at least 3 goals, right?
Yes.
That's what I see. Only away to Bayern is 1.
And that was when the tie was already over. Yes.
So it's time for yeah.
It could be.
It's time for less than 3. Definitely. 1-1 is still active.
That's right. Yeah. Over 2.5 goals for Manchester City there. That you said they scored 3 goals plus 170. The over in the game is minus 155 over 2.5. There we go. Let's see if Bill. Manchester City money line, both teams to score over 2.5, and Holland to score parlay. All right, Bill. I mean, yeah, I think that's probably pretty good. I don't know, Bill, what that pays. Sounds like it's pretty good. Let's see, Manchester City over both teams to score. It's not going to let me. Oh yeah, well, and Holland. Plus 275.
I don't like so many conditions for only 275. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 conditions.
I would actually do this. I'm going to take one out, Bill. I'm going to see something. If you add, now they won't let you do -1.5. If you add City -1.5 into that parlay, or -1 into that parlay, now all of a sudden it won't show me, but it's going to pay decently. So, but yeah, Bill, I think probably all those things happen. The only thing, what do you think about fading Chelsea? Where's my guy, Bill Alden? Bill's covering the tennis today. He's got the tennis. He's got the Chelsea shirt on. I don't know. What do you think about that today with Chelsea? I mean, they're -148 against Brentford, who really been a better team than Chelsea. The first thing I would be looking at here is double chance, I think. Because it's +110. I think, you got Brentford or draw. Maybe draw no bet is +255. Chelsea has nothing to play for at this point, right?
And how much is over 1.5 goals for Brentford?
Over 1.5 goals for Brentford?
Yeah.
+290. That's not terrible.
No. Maybe Ivan Toney has betted.
Ivan Toney to score today.
Ivan Toney to bet.
Oh, yeah. Toney to score is +210. I don't understand this. The problem with this is the books still think Chelsea's good, and they stink. They're not any good. They're 2 points ahead of Crystal Palace right now. They're 2 points ahead of Wolves. They are what they are. They got the same amount of wins this year as Wolves do. They're not any good. Brentford is just ahead of them, but Brentford is 5 points clear of Chelsea with a vastly superior goal difference.
Well, the new owner had the opposite effect of what they wanted and expected.
Yeah, I was just about to call you. Are you?
There you go.
It's chaos here.
I think all of their contract policy was all fucked up. They left so many players to reach the last months of their contracts, and they left for free, and they had to buy. they bought too many, and now they don't know what to do with them.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know did you watch the games yesterday, by the way? I just wanted to just jump, this Wolves team. I loved Villa yesterday. They won, and this Wolves team has played well. I don't know if you had it. Did you have any? Oh, what happened here? This kid had 4 goals. I know the kid,
Yeah.
Castellanos.
He played in the MLS before.
Really?
Yeah.
Kyle, who did Castellanos play for?
New York City.
Oh, that guy. Wow, he dropped the 4-piece on Real Madrid yesterday.
Well, do you know who were the previous 2 guys that scored 4 goals against Real?
I don't know. No idea.
Well, Lewandowski and
Messi?
Diego Milito.
When was that?
Well, Milito scored 4 when he played for Zaragoza in a cup game. I think it was in the final, maybe in the Copa del Rey final.
See, okay.
Probably 20
People are
years ago.
about
And
those.
The thing is, they both went on to win the Champions League later.
Here's the thing. Like, people are talking about this. Like, look, they're not winning La Liga. I know there's still hope, but they're not gonna. They're 11 back with 8 matches to play.
I said it 2 weeks ago. They see no challenge in the La Liga, so
Just
they're
I would
not playing
the
at all.
players, get some of the young kids in, let them do stuff, and then try to win the Copa del Rey, and then try to win the Champions League. And then if you win both of those, who cares if Barcelona wins La Liga? You just beat them in the Super Cup, and then you win the thing. So yeah, look, I mean, they have bigger fish to fry than La Liga. I once again, I still argue. Bill, we got some people asking how Chelsea's going to do today against Brentford. He's got the Chelsea jersey on, and he's not very confident today. So that should tell you he's got the kid on. But yeah, look, you can't worry about what Real Madrid's doing in La Liga now, because that's not their focus. If they were 8 points clear or 4 points clear or something, and they did that, I think you probably wouldn't have had that result. So, what do we got? NBA?
Italia.
Oh yeah, Copa Italia. What do you got for Copa?
Free Matt Turner for the Arsenal Man City game.
Kyle says free Matt Turner for the Arsenal.
Ramsdale stinks.
No Ramsdale. This Copa Italia, look, I mean, Inter's minus 105 here against Juventus. Whew. What do you think about that? I'm not sure about that one.
I don't think it will be that easy for Inter.
I agree. I mean, the table doesn't show whatever. I mean, Inter's in 6th there in the table, and Juventus was in like 10th, and now they jumped up to 3rd in one round somehow. Oh yeah, they got to 15 points back. But this Juventus team is good, so they don't give a lot of goals. I think that's to be honest, I'm not sure.
I don't like this game for betting.
Yes, I agree. If I bet anything here, it would be probably Juventus or draw. I think because it's first leg.
I will check the corner kicks probably.
It's a first leg though, right?
No, second.
It's the second leg.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 1-1. That's right. Yeah, I mean that could go to penalties.
Your guy Lukaku. I bet he scores. Lukaku scores.
Lukaku to score plus 123. It's not terrible. There you go, Bill. If you're still watching, maybe that's a decent play there. Lukaku to score at home plus 123.
Too low. It doesn't represent value.
Okay.
Too many players, and if you just check it, Lukaku 123 and Lautaro 1 something and Dzeko 1 something. When are Inter scoring 3 goals?
They aren't.
Exactly.
4 games tonight in the NBA. 3 of them.
Big
The first 3 are 3-1. New York at Cleveland, LA at Memphis, Miami at Milwaukee. So all 3 road teams have a chance to clinch. And then you got your Golden State at Sacramento 2-2. Do any of the 3 road teams clinch tonight?
No, I want some more action.
So
I want Cleveland to stay in the series. No, I would like Lakers to close out the series.
Cavs are minus 5.5. Grizzlies minus
because
4.
Of this guy, you've heard of this guy, Dylan Brooks?
Yes. Nobody likes that guy.
I bet the Bucks. The Bucks are going to extend that series.
Yeah, I would say the Bucks. Do any of those series go to Game 7?
Bucks Heat.
Kyle says Bucks Heat go to 7.
And Kings and
Sacramento
Warriors.
Golden State probably goes 7.
Depends on Fox's health.
Depends on Fox's health.
If Golden State wins tonight, that's over in 6.
Kyle says if Golden State wins, they win at home in Game 6. Lakers will win. If they lose tonight, I think Lakers win Game 6. I think if New York loses tonight, I think they win Game 6. But I think Cleveland, it could get back in it.
It will depend on Mitchell.
Bucks have the best chance of overturning a 3-1 deficit.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing is, imagine if Miami wins
They were
that
in
series.
control of that game, and it took a superhuman Jimmy Butler game.
That's right. If Miami wins that and New York wins that, all of a sudden, the Knicks have a path to the finals. In the NBA, man, the NBA Eastern Conference Final, the Knicks haven't been in a final in a long time. I mean, it's something they kind of need New York to be good, and it's clearly not going to be the Nets, as they're already out. So, any kind of plays on those, you think? I like the Warriors a little bit tonight.
The Warriors are favorites.
-1.5. No?
No. If it was the opposite,
Okay.
probably the Warriors, but I don't like the line.
See, Bill.
And the Bucks -12.
Yeah, it's too much. Too much. I don't love the games tonight, to be honest. I'm just gonna see how they play out.
I would take the one. I would take the Lakers.
Brighton first half looks like free money today. Grizzlies' best player is injured. Brighton first half +104. Hey, I think so. Brighton is, Brighton's obviously a pretty good team. I'm really down on Nottingham Forest. I think they have a lot of injuries. I think they have bigger games to focus on down the stretch where, they're not going to play, Brighton Lona, the second coming of the Pep Guardiola's 2011 Barcelona team here, passing the ball around. +104 at half is pretty good. Third set, Jonathan?
No, it's the second set.
I was looking for shots. Shots on target. Danny Welbeck over a half. He's going to be the guy, obviously. Danny Welbeck over 2.5 shots.
I'm taking Mitoma.
Matoma?
Yeah.
Shots or shots on target?
It depends on the lines and shots.
Shots on target over 2.5 is plus.
Well, don't forget they played 120 minutes.
That's correct.
So probably the Zebra gonna shake up the lineup.
They could.
Uh-huh.
We got chaos outside. All right. What would be your main thing to watch today if you're going to watch something?
I'm gonna watch City Arsenal for sure.
I'm going to try to.
And wishfully, if I wake up at some point in the night, I'm gonna jump at whatever NBA game is playing.
Do you think Brentford double chance or Brentford money line? Brentford money line plus 390. Brentford double chance is plus 110.
I'm not so sure that Brentford. This is Brentford, not Brighton.
Yeah, Brentford Chelsea.
No.
It's not even close. I think it's clearly the best game.
Oh, I said for Brentford. I'm picking 2 goals for Brentford. They can lose 3-2. Even though I'm not seeing how Chelsea is gonna score 3, but it's
Yeah,
football.
exactly. Bill, Paul says maybe this one here over 1.5 goals for Brentford might be worth it as a little bit of a side play for you, because if they, that's plus, three
Shots
to
shots for Tony or Buemo or Buembo. They
Tony over
also might
1.5.
present some value. I don't know. I haven't
Yeah,
looked in details.
and Buemo over 1.5 shots is plus 110, and Tony over 2.5 is basically even money minus 105. So both of those are pretty good value. Team total, okay, Bill, I think team total will take a chance on that minus, over 1.5 goals at plus 300, because then you don't have to worry about if they win or not. So, and then obviously the shots, so that could be interesting. And I think City wins. I don't really want to root for them, but
Yeah, I'll be rooting for Arsenal, but if City, the chance is big that if City wins, it's gonna be by multiple goals, not one.
yes, I agree. I think this could be a drubbing, like 6-1 against
Easily,
City. I think this.
easily.
I think it's 4-1, 5-1. To be honest, it was 3-1 last time at Arsenal. I think this is a statement game.
Yeah,
Here's
they can decide to teach them a lesson,
they
just
can teach
just
them a
to show
lesson,
them,
but they
to keep in mind.
they could also. I mean, they're this close to a treble. They got one
Aha,
game.
no.
They got one game to win in the FA Cup. They have 3 matches in the Champions League, and then this game. If they win this game decisively 5-1, I just think as a mentality, I just think it's big for them to do this. I also think Arsenal's very naive, and they've been cut apart at times in these things, and their
And this
defense
is
is great.
Real Madrid that awaits them. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
Arsenal. It's not United. It's not.
I
It's
that's
Real Madrid,
that's the
and it's
only.
Champions League. So
Yeah, I to be honest, I think that's the only team that could stop this. I'm not super confident that United could do it, but a one-off final a week before the Champions League.
well, come on now. Every game City plays United, City is the favorite, and what is the balance
United
in
wins
recent
though.
games?
Yeah, United
It's
wins
like
sometimes.
even
Yeah, no,
sometimes. Sometimes.
I think.
And
Bill,
every time we think that City is going to win because they have the squad and Guardiola, but
yeah, Bill.
football is not like this.
Yeah, Bill. We'll be on today a little bit late because I'm at the tennis. So I told Jim probably maybe 2:30 today, but yeah, we're going to be still doing that, and then I don't know what week it's going to be soon. There's going to be different shows coming on as well. There's going to be more soccer specific or football specific shows. So we'll have more stuff for you. All right, we will get out of here on that note. Go Warriors, right?
Go Lakers, go Gunners.
I'm not going to go that far. I'm not rooting for Arsenal. I hate City, but to meltdown if Arsenal loses would be fantastic. So, and one of those Real Madrid or Manchester United will beat them. So they
Come
won't
on,
win.
even I want from time to time Barca to win something. So I have no issues now with Barca winning La Liga. So
They have the
you should
worst. Oh, they're
you
the
should
worst.
come on. You should push. It should be even worse for you City to win the title than
Yeah,
Arsenal.
everybody knows City's been cheating for 15 years, so all these things are tainted. So it doesn't really matter to me. They're like nothing club. So we'll pass them as soon as Cutter buys us. So and the city owners are involved in certain dodginess. All right, we will be back tomorrow after the game. Bigger game tomorrow, Tottenham and Manchester United. We'll talk about that. All right, I'll see you.
See ya.